All right, football fans, NFL season is officially here, and it starts tonight with Detroit Lions taking the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, and I'm gonna preview every game every week. I'll give you the over/unders. So if you want odds, if you're like to bet on games, no matter who your team is, you're a fan of whatever team, you're gonna get the information that you need. If you like to bet on football, you get the information that you need. So there's only one thing that you need to do in order to get all this stuff every week. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. That's all. It's greatly appreciated. It's very helpful, and I thank you for it. And I'll make sure that you get all the information that you need. So let's preview this, okay? So Detroit's playing Kansas City tonight. Kansas City right now is a 4.5-point favorite. The over/under on that game is 53.5 points. So expect some fireworks in this game. Detroit is an up-and-coming team. They're definitely looking to make some waves. Then this weekend, we got Carolina playing Atlanta. Panthers playing the Falcons. Atlanta's a 3.5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 39.5 points. Then we've got Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. The Cincinnati Bengals are a 2.5-point favorite, and the over/under of that game is 48 points. Then we got the Jacksonville Jags playing Indianapolis Colts, who you can still make some moves. Your running back wants to be traded, so we'll see what happens there. Jacksonville's a 5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 45.5 points. So good point spreads here. Now we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are actually a 5.5-point favorite. This is going to be the Tampa Bay regime now without Tom Brady. So we'll see how they do. The over/under on that game is 45.5 points. They're still high-scoring teams, and Mike Evans might be traded at some point too. So there could be an effect there in Tampa Bay at some point. Then you got the Titans versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 3-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 41.5 points. San Francisco 49ers, if you're a Niners fan, they just locked up Nick Bosa to a monster extension. Okay, I have a video on that one coming out tomorrow. The Niners are a 2.5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 41 points. Then we get the Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. Washington, up-and-coming team too, is 7-point favorites. The over/under on that game, 38 points. So look for some more fireworks here as well. Then we're going to go to the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. Very, very dangerous Baltimore Ravens, who are a 10-point favorite in that game. The over/under on that game is 43.5 points. You got Lamar Jackson there. You got a reigning MVP quarterback there with some weapons and some great defense there. 43.5 points. Then you got the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears in Chicago, who's a 1-point favorite in this game. The over/under on that game is 42 points. That should be a good game as well. We'll see how the Green Bay regime without Aaron Rodgers, who's with the Jets now, we'll see how they do. So it's going to be an interesting one. We'll see how it goes. Then you get the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. We'll see how well Russell Wilson does in his second year with the Broncos. We'll see if it's a different type of team that we watched there. But Denver's 3.5-point favorites. The over/under on that game is 44 points. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl runner-up returning Philadelphia Eagles, are playing the New England Patriots. That's going to be a firework game right there. Philly's a 4-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 45 points. So you can Mac Jones versus Jalen Hurts with some fireworks everywhere. Philly's had a huge draft. I expect them to be a formidable team in the NFC this year, potentially with another Super Bowl run. While the New England Patriots, I think, are going to be a contender in the AFC as well. So that's going to be an exciting game. Now, lastly, we got the Miami Dolphins versus the LA Chargers. Chargers are a 3-point favorite. See how Miami does with their weapons. Tua, it's a 51-point over/under on that game. So looking to be in a high-scoring game there. Okay, and then we got the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks, who are a 5.5-point favorite. They're in Seattle. The over/under on that game is 46 points. Lastly, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. Ooh, clash of the Titans in the NFC here. Dallas is a 3-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 45.5 points with Mac Jones locked up to his new deal and some Saquon Barkley there, and the weapons that are surrounding the Giants versus a playoff contender Dallas Cowboys. So this is going to be a fire team. Dallas, the Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be fire teams in the NFC East. And lastly, the AFC East firecrackers here. The Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. So Buffalo, 2.5-point favorite. The over-under on this game is 45.5. And the Jets defense is being compared to some of the best teams of all time. So I expect nothing less than a formidable and exciting defense. But compared to the Buffalo's high-powered offense with Josh Allen as the quarterback, it's just going to be a barn burner here. But those are the games starting tonight and this weekend. Let me know what you think. I'm going to do this every single weekend, so you know what you need to do if you don't want to miss it. Let me know who your team is in the comments. Load up the comments, okay? Give me your predictions. Who do you think is going to win? And we'll keep it coming next week. The goal is on this channel right now is to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as we can so we can start live streaming and get you all involved in the conversation live time so we can continue to have dialogue back and forth. That's the threshold for YouTube. So that's why I asked to subscribe, not only because you're a fan and you enjoy the content, but especially if you want to be part of the live stream. And live streams are a lot of fun, especially when we talk about football. So I definitely want to get that going. So let's rock and roll. Let's do it. Have a great weekend. Whoever your team is, go team. Talk to you next time.